Hey, what's up? My name is Alexander Ford, and I'm the CEO of Measurable Genius. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire us to become scaling growth firms in their industry. And today I'm with Paul and Philly of Clear Focus Consulting. Today we're going to convert some challenges into opportunities.
Yep.
So first and foremost, which one of you wants to explain what you guys do?
Philly can.
What do you do, Philly?
So we help businesses improve. So we help them improve what they've got already in the business to become greater and get greater results, basically.
Okay, awesome. And so one of the things that we were just talking about is that one of the ways you do that is by thinking a lot about the problems, breaking those problems down, and that's something that you're super, super good at.
Yeah.
Can you share with me your process, what that means exactly?
So for me it means, first of all, getting very clear on the end result, getting absolute clarity on where you're actually heading. Mm-hmm. Then getting absolute clarity in terms of where you're starting from. So doing a deep dive into the different aspects of the business and really putting apart and finding where the weakest link is, because the business is only as strong as the weakest link.
Right.
Okay. And then once you've done that, mapping backwards, doing a reverse engineering, to actually go, right, what are the steps that get me from where I am today, fixing those weak underlying issues, to move me forward to build the vision. So once you've built the vision, you're not left with a business that's got a weak link that is going to crumble because you didn't fix that at the beginning when you should have done. Okay. Now, in terms of overthinking or thinking about a business, I can see that big picture and that detail at the same time. So when I'm seeing it for somebody else, it's easy, because it's I can see everything, I can see exactly what you need to do, and so I can hold that space in my head without me then having to do anything. All I've got to do is direct the person to go and get the work done to get the result. Now when it's for me, I'm I get the big picture, I get the detail. Now if I have to actually do that, it's that's a real challenge, because to hold that space in your head and then actually be implementing it, I get lost in the detail, because now I'm in the doing moment rather than the holding that space for the picture. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So we were talking just before we started the camera, and Philly, this was actually what you brought up. You're listen, for our clients, we can solve these amazing problems, but when it comes to you two, sometimes you can get stuck. It's a moving target, or it's paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
Is that the challenge that you're facing?
Paul is very much a thinker. He likes to think things through systematically, which is awesome for the clients and the business. But sometimes that holds us back in implementing what we need to do, because sometimes we think about it too much and we don't take the action necessarily quick enough, or as much action as we'd like to be taking.
Let me ask you this question, Paul. When you think of an idea and then you start to work it through, is it that you're not taking action, or is it when you take an action, you discover the opportunity for your original plan to be better, and then the goalposts get moved?
Say that again.
Okay, so in software development,
Yeah.
let's say we're collecting a bunch of features,
Yeah.
and we've got a deadline to release our software.
Yep.
At some point in the software development cycle, we have to agree that we're going to keep identifying new bug fixes and new things we want to do, but we can't change our future release schedule based on those new features existing, and we have to push them
That's
to the
right.
next release.
You have to do a phase 1, then you have to do a phase 2.
Right, so my question for you is it that you don't take action, or is it that as you're taking action, you discover new opportunity, and so the goalposts are always getting moved?
Yes, the second.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the solution. We've already solved the problem. You must, when you're taking action, embody incremental progress. Because you start taking the action, and in the action you identify opportunity for improvement, and then you begin implementing the opportunity for improvement immediately.
Yeah.
The solution is not to change how you're already behaving. It's simply to delay changes to the existing plan until the existing step is finished.
Okay, so actually getting specifically clear on the initial phase that we're actually taking, and then holding me
Yes.
to that.
Yes.
So how does she hold me, or how do I hold myself to that, knowing that the way that my mind thinks is always to see improvement, How do I then what would you suggest in terms of actually keeping myself accountable to that?
I'll give you the answer. I have two answers, actually.
Okay.
So the first is your job. So we just finished a 7-day event that these two ran. It's fucking unbelievable, okay? Like a logistical nightmare, herding 110 business owners onto buses and shit. It's not an easy job.
From around the world.
From around the world while they're drunk. It's like, it's hard. It's hard, okay? But you guys pull off this amazing event, right? And I'm sure you're over here being like, that could have been better, this could have been better,
Absolutely, yeah.
this could have been better.
Yep.
And you mentioned to me earlier, you're like, oh my God, I feel like sometimes I missed out on some of the event myself as the host,
Yeah.
because I'm certain there were times that something could have been better, and in that moment you went to fix it.
Yeah.
Here's the solution. Next time, you have what's called the incremental progress list. So every time you have the idea that something could be better, your action is not to go fix it. It's to say, Philly, I've got an incremental progress. I've got an incremental progress. And you're going to leave this event with 150 things that you observed during the event that you're going to reserve for the next time.
Gotcha.
So you still have that same mental trigger. You're still having the opportunity to be the strategic visionary, but instead of doing something with it, we've created a bucket to collect it. So you still have certainty it's going to go somewhere.
Yep.
So that's number one.
Okay.
Number two is, do you guys do quarterly business planning?
Yes.
And in the quarterly business planning, are you picking major priorities you're going to achieve in the quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to change them,
Okay.
Like it.
right?
Yeah.
You must wait until next quarter to make changes.
Okay.
Now, I don't know the level of detail you guys go into in your quarterly planning, but with us,
A lot.
with our five rocks that we pick every quarter,
Yeah.
we define a clear list of results for each rock. That's it. Once they're decided, they're decided.
Okay.
Again,
5 rocks. Clear list, 3 4.
exactly, like, and they're check boxes, so it's not like this is what we're going to do in terms of actions.
Yeah.
It's this is how we know we've achieved the outcome.
Yeah, that's
This is
exactly
true,
what
this
we-
is true.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
So you're going to do that, but you're just going to be honoring it. And again, you have an incremental progress list for your business development for the quarter.
Yeah,
So
because I'm always adding on the extra
yeah,
bits.
yes.
Yeah, which then actually means that sometimes you'll get like one of those bits delivered, but the other 4 don't, because I'm improving the one bit. And so the other bits get left behind, and sometimes those are critical components of the business.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing. Your brain has the ability to produce oxytocin or cortisol, depending on if you set and achieve your goals or set and don't achieve your goals. And the only thing preventing you from having more dopamine and oxytocin is goal overrun. So by setting and always pushing the goalposts out, you're always having cortisol responses and stress hormone. And so then you're feeling like I have to set smaller goals, smaller goals. The reality is you just need to agree to the goals, don't change them, cross those lines, and give yourself the reward of dopamine and oxytocin, and then the next goals will be more fulfilling instead of more stressful.
Interesting.
So it's all about the goalpost. So the commitment is not to plan better or to act better. It's simply to commit to the plan and create the space for incremental progress and just push things forward into the next quarter of action.
That's cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah?
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, really
Very
good.
helpful.
Can you hold him accountable?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Yeah?
I can. I do my best.
Well, the thing is, I can now. The thing is, I can now see exactly how the system kind of works. And what she's got to make sure is that I don't go and try and improve on your system that you've just given us, and not implement this system.
Yeah.
And we just take what you've said and go, bang, this is what we're going to do.
Simple too. Yeah.
Yeah, keep it simple and just make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think of it like software. Your business is a software. So next quarter, we're going to release version 1.1. Version 1.1 has these features. You're not restricting your ability
I like that.
to invent new features.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just in what patch cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Cool. Good. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. My name's Alexander. Paul, Philly, thanks for being on the show, and we'll see you guys at the next perfect time.